All right, we're live, let's do it. So we're gonna start on our backs today, and we're gonna plant the feet down as wide as your mat, and then just let your knees tap together. And just take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Long sigh out your mouth. Just a few of those through the nose and out the mouth. Just start to take a scan of your body, working from the back of the neck right through the neck and shoulders, back of the skull, just letting the area between the heart and the mind soften. So we want to get nice, healthy energy flowing from the brain to the heart so that we're not overly leading with one or the other. They both have this nice energetic exchange. And now you can just start to inhale to the count of 3 or 4. And then you're going to add 2 to your exhale. So you'll exhale to the count of 5 or 6. Just making that exhale a little longer, and you don't want it to be forced. So if you start to feel like you're forcing the breath on your inhale and exhale, maybe shorten it up. Even an inhale to the count of 2 and an exhale to the count of 4. Just a few more rounds of breath. Untap the knees here, take an inhale. Keep your feet as wide as the mat, and then just exhale, drop the legs over to the right. Come back through center on your inhale, keep your feet as wide as your mat. Exhale, drop the legs over to the left. Good, come back through center. Keep that left foot planted down on the mat and just extend that right leg up towards the ceiling. Hands can come behind the right thigh or knee. Navel presses down, take an inhale. And then exhale, gently pull that right leg just a little closer to the body, just getting a nice stretch in your hamstring here. Just take a few breaths. Good. Plant that right foot down. Extend the left leg up towards the ceiling. Hands come behind the thigh or the knee, and then same thing, navel presses down. Take an inhale. Exhale, gently pull that leg a little closer to the body. Shoulders and neck relax. Good. Plant your left foot down. Hug your knees to your chest. Start to rock forward and back a few times. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, come back, and you'll just rock yourself up to a comfortable seat. So just a nice, comfortable seat here. Close your eyes for a moment. Let your shoulders draw down your back. Notice if you're reaching forward with your chin, just try to keep your neck in line with your spine, or notice if you're swaying in your lower back. And just take a moment of stillness here, setting an intention for this practice. Maybe a word or a mantra, something you want to feel when you leave the mat today. Good. Float the eyes open. Right hand will come to left ear. Nice and gently, you'll tip that right ear towards your right shoulder. And relax your right shoulder down. And notice if you're leaning back, try to keep your neck still in line with your spine, but you're just tilting it over to the right. And then you have this feeling like you're going to drag your left ear up to the top of your head. Good. Release the head, circle it out a few times, both directions. And then you're going to take your shoulders up into your ears. Take an inhale. Exhale, side, drop the shoulders. Left ear will come to left shoulder. Left hand will come to right ear. Nice and gentle. You'll press your head into your hand. Same thing, like you're dragging that ear up to the top of the head. Good. Release the head, circle it out, both directions. Take your ears all the way up into your shoulders. Take an inhale. And then exhale, side, drop the shoulders. Reach your arms up over your head, inhale. Exhale, right hand will come down to the mat. Take a bend in that right elbow and just gently lean over to the right side. And go ahead and bring your left hand to the back of your head. Wrap your bicep around your cheek just a little bit here. And then lean back like you're going to twist open and peek under that left armpit. Come back through center switch. Left hand comes down to the mat. Take a bend in that left elbow. Right arm comes up over the head. Hand comes behind the head. Wrap that bicep just a little bit around the cheek. And then lean back like you're going to twist open to the right. Good. Relax the shoulder down, the right shoulder. Come back through center and just start to walk the fingertips forward. Reach, reach, reach here. Forehead can come down. You can round. One more breath. Walk the hands in, come over the knees so you're in a tabletop. Hands will be under the shoulders, knees will be under the hips, and you'll just start to move through some cat-cows. So inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, round, chin to chest. Inhale, drop the belly here, and exhale, round. So that's it on your own, moving with your own breath, adding in what you need. Maybe some hip circles. Maybe you drop both hips over to the right and you peek over your left shoulder, or drop the hips to the left, peek over your right shoulder. Some figure eights, just kind of get some movement on the spine. Good. Good. When you're finished, child's pose. Big toes will touch, knees will go as wide as the mat, forehead will come down. And come up onto your fingertips so your hands are like little tents, and draw your shoulders down your back. Good. And then go ahead and let the elbows come down. Bend your elbows and bring your hands right to your traps. So both hands are going to come to your traps, and here's where you can give yourself just a little massage. Since we're not together in class and I can't give you a child's pose assist, you can picture it, or you can just give it to yourself here. Yes, massage the neck, the shoulders. We have bandhas or energy locks in the palms of our hands. So use the palms of the hands just to kind of give yourself a little massage here in your neck and your shoulders, even up right at the base of the skull where the neck and the skull meet. You have two little balls of little myofascia there that sometimes you can find that get really tense. And then when you're finished, you'll tuck your toes under. You'll send your hips high, downward facing dog. And just start to bend into the right knee and the left knee, shaking your head yes and no, maybe bouncing your chest a little bit. Come up high on the balls of your feet and take your feet as wide as your mat. And now just press your chest towards your thighs. Yeah, good. Maybe sigh out the mouth if you need to. Stay up high on the balls of the feet the whole time. Good. Plant your heels down. Walk your hands back to your feet. Ragdoll. Grab opposite elbows and just sway side to side here. Interlace your hands behind your head, so not on the neck, actually on the back of the skull. And let your head be completely heavy. So you're not holding it up at all. Crown of the head's working down towards the mat. Wrap your biceps around your cheeks, and then keeping that relaxation of the head, it's almost like an energetic push. So you're going to push your head into your hands without creating a Pez head. So if you can see Rose's neck, it's nice in line with her spine. She's not bringing the back of her skull to her traps. And you should get a nice stretch all along your neck, your shoulders, even in your traps a little bit. And then make sure you breathe here. A bend in the knees is great for 3. 2. Last breath. Release your hands. Hands come to your shins. Inhale halfway and exhale, fold. Good. One more time. Inhale halfway, press into the shins, flat back, and exhale, fold. Walk yourself out to a plank. You'll hold plank pose nice and strong. Fingers are spread wide. Biceps will hug in. My hand's between your shoulder blades and you're pushing up into my hand for 3, 2, and then press it back, downward facing dog. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose, long sigh out the mouth. Two breaths here now, Ujjayi breath, through the nose, out the nose, slight restriction in the back of the throat. If you're having a hard time finding that Ujjayi breath, with the mouth closed, you could take the tongue gently to the back of the 2 front teeth. And breathe through the nose, out the nose. So it'll sound like an ocean wave, fogging up a mirror. Come up high on the balls of the feet. Bend your knees, peek up at your hands. Step, hop, or float to the top of your mat. Inhale halfway. Good. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach and rise. Stand up tall. Let's keep it flowing. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale halfway. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Step back to a plank. Either hold plank or shift forward. You can lower to your knees, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Good. Exhale, downward facing dog. That's it. 3 breaths now through the nose, out the nose. It's pretty warm outside, so we should be able to warm up pretty quickly on the inside since the external temperature is warm. But if you're feeling overly heated, you can always take a sigh out your mouth. Come up high on the balls of the feet. Bend your knees, peek up at your hands, step your right foot up, then left foot. Inhale halfway, and exhale, fold. Inhale, reach and rise, stand up tall. We'll keep it flowing. Exhale, fold forward. Surya Namaskara A. Inhale halfway. Exhale, Chaturanga. Hands come down to the mat, step back, shift forward and lower. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Draw those shoulders down the back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. 3 deep breaths here. Right leg lifted up, inhale. Bend the knee, stack the hip open, and just start to peek under the armpits first. So right armpit, left armpit, and then you decide, maybe these circles with the knee and the hip are really small and controlled, or maybe you take some really big circles with the hip that are exaggerated both directions. Inhale, extend your right leg behind you, flex your foot. Come up high on the ball of your left foot, shift forward, tap, knee to nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step it up, runner's lunge. And this can be like a little cat-cow. So inhale, come forward, draw the shoulders away from your ears, lift your chin a little bit. And then exhale, come back round. Even if you don't have the space to straighten your right leg, that's okay. You can still bring your forehead towards your knee. Inhale, come forward, keeping the integrity of that front knee. Exhale, come back. And then add in what you need. Maybe rock your hips side to side when you're forward. Maybe rock them side to side when you're back. You're just moving into the hips a little bit. One more breath. Come back to that runner's lunge. Go ahead and take your right foot over to the right side of your mat. Your left hand's going to come down on the mat. Inhale, sweep your right arm high. So this isn't so much about the twist. This is more about opening your heart. So let your right knee, right thigh kind of splay out to the right, almost like a lizard. Yeah. And take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, sigh. Right hand comes down, crescent B, Anjaneyasana B. So you'll have to move that right leg back towards the center. Drop your left knee down, 2 arms, reach and rise. You decide what you want to do with the arms. You can interlace them over the head, the lower back. They can go straight up. Shift your hips forward just a little bit. Lift your chin, lift your chest. 2 breaths. And then hands come down, half split. You'll straighten out that right leg, flex your foot. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. And we're trying to take the rounding out of the back. So we don't want to overly round, forcing our nose towards our shin. It's more about dragging your right hip back, folding from the waist, and keeping a nice long spine. One more breath. Pyramid pose. Shift weight into your right foot. Step your left foot up into the left. Inhale halfway. And exhale, fold. So you're still warming up here. A soft little bend in that front knee if you need it. And your heels are still rooted. The hips stay level here. Left foot steps up to meet right foot. Inhale halfway, and exhale, fold. Inhale, reach and rise, stand up tall. Interlace your hands over your head, palms face up towards your ceiling. Exhale to the right, navel to spine. And you're getting this nice, long, deep stretch on your left side body. So think about your left foot really plugged in. Come back through center, inhale, relax your traps. Exhale to the left. Same thing now, right side body is getting this nice, long stretch. Inhale, come back through center, press the pelvis forward, tuck the tailbone under a little bit, good. Exhale, fold forward, long spine. Inhale halfway. Exhale, chaturanga. Hands come down to the mat. Step back, shift forward and lower. You can always skip the chaturanga, or some of you even taking extra push-ups. Take them if you need them. Downward facing dog. Left leg lifted up, inhale. Bend your knee, stack your hip open. Same thing here, peek under your armpits first. Try to keep those arms straight. And then circles. They can be maybe small and controlled, or maybe they're big and exaggerated. Whatever feels best in your body. Inhale, extend your left leg behind you. Flex your foot, come up high on the ball of the right foot. Shift forward, tap knee to nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step it up, runner's lunge. You're just going to start to move here forward and back. That upper body feels similar to a cat-cow if you have the space. One more breath. Shift forward to that runner's lunge. Take your left foot over to the left side of the mat. So it's going to be like lizard. Right hand's going to come down. Inhale, sweep your left arm high. So notice here, we're not worried about getting that right hand super close to the left foot. It's more about the heart. That left leg, left knee can kind of splay out to the left like lizard. Lean back, open your chest, take a deep inhale. And exhale, sigh. Left hand comes down, crescent B, Anjaneyasana B. Two arms reach and rise. So you have to bring that left leg back towards the center of the mat. Left ankle's in line with left knee. Top of your right foot's pressing into the mat. Hips can shift forward a little bit. Lift your chin, lift your chest. 2 breaths. Hands come down, half split. Straighten out that left leg, flex the foot. Nice long spine, neck stays in line with the spine here. Pyramid pose, shift weight into your left foot. Step your right foot up into the right, inhale halfway, and exhale, fold. Hips are level, heels are rooted, quads are gently engaged here to stretch those hamstrings, and the back of the neck's relaxed. So that space again between the heart and the mind, you're just getting some prana moving through that space. Also the throat chakra where we communicate. Just getting some life moving through there. Right foot steps up to meet left foot. Inhale halfway and exhale, fold. Inhale, reach and rise, stand up tall. Interlace your hands over your head, palms face up towards the ceiling. Exhale to the right. Really root down through your left foot, navel to spine. Inhale, come back through center, and exhale to the left. Good. Inhale, come back through center, a little back bend if you want it. Press the pelvis forward. Good. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, chaturanga. Hands come down to the mat. Step back to a plank. Shift forward and lower. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big breath through the nose here. Long sigh out your mouth. Good. And then you're just going to take a figure 4 downward facing dog. So take your feet a little wider, and you're going to cross your right ankle over your left thigh. That's it. And let that right knee gently press back, and then press your chest towards your thighs while you breathe. And then you'll switch. Right foot will come down. You'll cross left ankle over right thigh. Gently push that left knee back a little bit. Press your chest towards your thigh. Good. Left foot comes down. Right leg lifted up, inhale. Exhale, tap knee to nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step it up, crescent A. Right foot, right hand. You're on the ball of your left foot, 2 arms, reach and rise. So your right foot, it gently feels like it's going to scoot your mat away. Right? It doesn't need to be tense. It's just this soft push. Your inner thighs are squeezing towards each other, so you can really feel your left quad lift. And the shoulders can relax down the back. One more breath. Inhale here. Exhale, twist open to the right. So open up the arms. Again, we're breathing right through that heart space. Energy's coming out of your fingertips. Keep your arms exactly how they are and just start to reach forward. Left hand's going to come down on the inside of that right foot or on a block. Inhale, sweep your right arm high. And then you might have to adjust. Yeah, you might have to take that left foot back a little bit, press into the ball of the left foot, right inner thigh squeezes in. Inhale, lift both hips up. Good. Exhale, pull your left hip back. So the hips are nice and level. Yes, that's it. And then lean back just a little bit from the chest. Good. One more deep breath all the way from the lower belly. Right hand comes down, reverse triangle. Spin that left foot down, 2 straight legs. Reach up, reach back on your inhale. And then exhale, come back through center. Shorten up your stance if you need to for triangle. Left toes are turned in a little bit, get nice and long. Right hand comes to your shin or a block. Quads are engaged here. Shoulders are stacked slightly, breathing through that heart space. 3 breaths. Inhale, come up, reverse warrior B. Bend your right knee, reach up, reach back on your inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Hands come down to the mat. Add in what you need, take out what you need to. A nice strong plank, lower to the knees. And then downward facing dog is where we'll meet. Good. 2 breaths here through the nose, out the nose. Left leg, lift it up, inhale. Exhale, tap knee to nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step it up, crescent A. So left foot, left hand, 2 arms reach and rise. So you're on the ball of your right foot. And you really get to feel that right quad lift a little bit, inner thighs squeeze. Left foot gently feels like it's going to scoot the mat away. Inhale here. Exhale, twist open to the left. The arms. Good. Inner thighs stay squeezing here. One more deep breath. Keep your arms how they are and just start to reach forward. Your right hand's going to come down on the inside of your left foot. A little bit. And then your inner thighs are squeezing here. Shoulders are stacked. You're breathing right through that heart space for 3, 2, and 1. Top hand comes down, reverse triangle, 2 straight legs. Reach up, reach back on your inhale. Exhale, triangle pose. Get nice and long. Upper body reaches, lower body pushes back. Left hand comes to your shin or a block. Right arm stays in line with the shoulder tonight. Heels are rooted, quads are engaged. 3 deep breaths. Inhale, come up, reverse warrior B. Bend your left knee, reach up, reach back, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Hands come down, step back to a plank. Shift forward and lower. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Options here, you can stay here for 5 breaths. You can take a child's pose for 5 breaths, or you can always just come to your knees and close your eyes and sit up tall. Slow everything down. Breath, mind, heartbeat. Just reconnect here. tuck the toes under, send the hips high, downward facing dog. Right leg lifted up, inhale. Exhale, tap knee to nose. Really push the floor away. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step it up, runner's lunge, right into warrior bee. So spin that back foot down, heel to arch alignment, gaze is at your right middle finger. Relax those shoulders a bit. Peek over your left shoulder, make sure your arm is in line with the shoulder. Good, left thigh spiraling in. Nice long line of energy down that left leg. Inhale, flip your right palm, reverse your warrior, but go ahead and bring your right hand to the back of your head. So your top hand, and wrap your bicep around your cheek. And this is what your reverse should feel like. So more of a side body stretch versus a back bend. So you're pressing your head into your hand, and then exhale, extended side angle. Right arm's gonna come to the top of your right thigh or down on the inside of that right foot. And that top arm, it's in line with the shoulder tonight. That bottom arm, if it's resting on the thigh, notice the fingertips are towards the toes. So that shoulder is nice and open. Good. One more deep breath here. Left hand comes down, pyramid pose. Step your left foot up and to the left. Inhale halfway and exhale, fold. And tonight you're gonna reach for the top of your mat while your hands are you're up on your fingertips. So your hands are like little tents. So your spine is nice and long, but your neck is still relaxed. So you still have that same feeling like you're working your forehead towards your shin. Good. One more breath here. Walk your hands to the left, wide leg forward fold. Heels out, toes in. Inhale halfway, and exhale, fold. Hands can drape down the legs. You can reach through the legs, maybe interlace your hands at your lower back. Neck is in line with the spine. Shoulders are away from the ears. And then you're gonna press into the outer edges of your feet so that you feel the arch of the foot lift a little bit. 5 deep breaths. Good. Runner's lunge to the front of the mat. Go ahead and drop your left knee down for lizard and take that right foot over to the right side of the mat. Both hands are on the inside of your right foot. Unless this doesn't feel good in the body, you can always take a block and bring the floor up to you for your hands. If you have a little more space, you can come down to your forearms. You can come down to the block on your forearms. Your gaze is at your left thigh. Five more breaths. Come back up to your hands. And this is where you can take a full split or a half split. So you can straighten out that right leg again. You'll have to wiggle it back so it's in line with the hip. And then you'll flex that right foot. Good. So the hips stay pretty level in half split. So notice if your right hip's kind of popping up. You can drop it down a little bit. And if you're warm enough for full splits, you're welcome to take it. 5 deep breaths. Shift weight into your right foot, and you're going to tuck your left toes under. So you'll be in a runner's lunge, so lift that back leg. And you're going to walk your fingertips forward towards the top of your mat. On your next inhale, you're going to bump your left leg up for a standing L. So really push off here. Yes, good. Left knee, left toes are turned down towards the mat, and your gaze is out in front of you. Spine is nice and long. You can stay here and breathe. Or from the standing L, you'll bring your hands to your heart, inhale, and you'll stand up into warrior 3. Upper body feels like up dog, 3, 2, and 1. Left foot meets right foot. Inhale halfway, and exhale, fold. Super slow-mo, let your head be the last thing as you roll up here, 1 vertebrae at a time. Take an inhale, bring your shoulders up into your ears. Exhale, drop the shoulders down. Good. Tree pose, sole of the right foot will go anywhere but your knee. Hands will come to your heart. 5 deep breaths. Good. Right foot comes down, big toes touch, heels are slightly apart. Sit down low, Utkatasana. Good. Squeeze those thighs together, biceps rotate in. If this feels crunchy in your lower back, you can always slightly tuck your tailbone. And then exhale, fold forward. Inhale halfway. Exhale, chaturanga. Hands come down to the mat, step back to a plank. Shift forward and lower. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Hands are flat. Exhale, downward facing dog. That's it. Big breath. Big sigh. Left leg lifted up, inhale. Exhale, tap knee to nose. Really push the floor away. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step it up, runner's lunge, right into warrior B. So spin that right foot down, gaze is at your left middle finger, heel to arch alignment. So heel of your left foot is in line with the arch of your right foot. Inhale, flip your left palm. Bring your left hand to the back of your head. Wrap your bicep around your cheek. Reverse warrior B, nice stretch all along the left side body. Relax your left trap. And then extended side angle. Left arm's going to come to the top of your left thigh, down on the inside of your left foot or on a block. And that right arm will be in line with your shoulder. Straight up. Gaze is up at that right hand. Unless that doesn't feel good in your body, you can always peek down at your left big toe. Right hand comes down, pyramid pose. Step your right foot up and to the right. Inhale halfway, and exhale, fold. Hands are going to reach for the top of the mat again. Your hands are like little tents, so you're up on your fingertips while the back of the neck is still relaxed here, forehead's working towards the shin. Navel stays lifted to support the lower back while your heels are nice and rooted. Walk your hands to the right, wide leg forward fold. Heels are out, toes are in. Inhale halfway, and exhale, fold. Runner's lunge to the front of the mat. We'll take lizard pose, so you'll take that left foot over to the left side of the mat. Go ahead and drop your right knee down. Both hands are on the inside of your left foot. You can stay up on the hands. You can come down to your forearms. You can come down to a block. Wherever you're at, your gaze is at your right thigh. Three more breaths. Come back up to your hands, half split. So you'll have to bring that left leg over just a little bit so it's in line with the hip. Or if you're ready for full splits, you can take it. Flex your left foot, drag that left hip back into its hip socket. Spine is nice and long. One more breath. Shift weight into your left foot. Tuck your right toes under so you're in a runner's lunge. And bump your left foot up just a little bit to give yourself a little more space. Walk your fingertips forward. And the core is super important here. You're going to lift yourself up into a standing L. So engage that core good. Gaze is out in front of you without creating a Pez head in your neck. Right knee, right toes are turned down towards the mat. Navel's lifted. And you can stay right here and breathe. If you want to move on, your hands are going to come to your heart on an inhale, and you'll lift yourself into warrior three. Yeah, good. For 3, 2, and 1. Hands come down to the mat. Good. Right foot meets left foot. Inhale halfway, and exhale fold. Super slow-mo here, roll up. Really letting your head be so heavy. Roll out your shoulders, maybe bring them up in your ears and drop them down. And you'll take tree pose. So sole of the left foot this time will go anywhere but your knee. Hands will come to your heart. You're here for 5 deep breaths. Left foot comes down to meet the right foot. Big toes touch, heels are slightly apart. Sit down low, Utkatasana, fierce pose for 3. Thighs squeeze, shoulders relax, jaw relaxes 2. And 1. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale halfway. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Stay with me, step back to a plank. Good. So you're going to stay in this plank. This is a great place to be. Breathe. Gazes towards the top of your mat. If you're going to move on with me, you're going to lift your right leg up and you're going to bend your knee so the bottom of your foot is up towards the ceiling. Yes? And you're going to take 3 little lifts towards the ceiling. For 3, they're small. 2, and 1. Right foot comes down. Bend that left knee. Bottom of the foot's up towards the ceiling. They're small. 3, right where the hamstring and the glute meet. 2, and 1. Good. Now come down to your forearms. Forearm plank, open up the hands. You've got this to stay here and breathe. Or same thing, you're going to bend your right knee. 3 little pulses. 3, make sure you breathe. 2, and 1. Good. Now bend that left knee, bottom of the left foot for 3, 2, and 1. Left toes come down. Dolphin. 3 breaths. This is it. 3. If you're missing dolphin push-ups, you can take them. 2. Last breath. and child's pose. Big toes touch, knees go as wide as the mat unless that doesn't feel good on the knees. Hands come to the back of the neck again if that felt good at the beginning of class, and give yourself a little massage here. Neck, traps, maybe move the jaw around, relax. And then we'll set ourselves up for pigeon. Hands will come down to the mat. You'll tuck your toes under, send your hips high. Right leg lifted up on an inhale. Exhale, bring it through, right knee towards right wrist, right foot towards left wrist. If pigeon doesn't feel good in your body, you can always take a figure 4 on your back. That will take some of the weight off your knee. And then come down, forearms, forehead, a block. Just 5 more breaths. Come back up to your hands. Tuck your left toes under. Shake that right leg out. Get some energy moving through that leg. And then you'll set yourself up for pigeon on the left side, or a figure 4. Left knee towards left wrist. Left foot towards right wrist. You're on top of your right knee. Sit up tall on your inhale. And then exhale, come down. Forehead, forearms, a block. 5 more deep breaths. Walk your hands in, tuck your toes under, shake that left leg out. Get some movement through that leg, either a tabletop or a 3-legged downward facing dog. And then you'll make your way down to your back, and we'll set ourselves up for a bridge pose. So your feet will be a little wider than your hips, and you'll press down into your feet like you're going to scoot your mat out from underneath you. Lift your hips up, wiggle your right shoulder under, then your left shoulder. Interlace your hands, pull your fists towards your feet, and press your tailbone up towards the ceiling. 3 deep breaths. Nice and slow, come down, chest, middle back, lower back, hug the knees in, rock right to left. And then another round of bridge, unless you're working upward facing bow, full back bend. Press down into your feet, lift your hips up. Good. If you're in bridge pose with me, we're just going to do this one a little different. So you're going to come up high on the balls of your feet. Yeah, and you might have to walk your feet back a little bit because you still want your ankles in line with your knees. And really push your tailbone up. Yes, that's it. And your thighs feel like they're going to squeeze that beach ball, but they're not going to touch. The back of the neck is connected to your mat. And to get some energy moving through the throat, you might even swallow here. So just get some energy moving through that throat chakra. And then nice and slow, come down. Hug your knees to your chest and take a twist. Drop both legs over to the right. Arms come out like wings. Left ear comes down onto the mat. Lower back gets nice and long. Come back through center on your inhale. Exhale, drop the legs over to the left. Right ear can come down onto the mat. Come back through center, rock yourself up to a seat. Seated forward fold, extend your legs out in front of you. Feet are flexed, lift the seat bones up a little bit. Reach your arms up over your head, take an inhale. And exhale, fold forward. Try to keep your neck in line with your spine and breathe right between those shoulder blades. So that same feeling like you have at the beginning of class where you sit breath up from all the way from the lower belly, it's the same thing here. So sipping breath up all the way, think about it on the backside body to the crown of the head, and then on your exhale, that breath's going from the crown of the head all the way back down the spine. Sometimes if you visualize that breath moving, You can start to feel the energetic opening on the backside body. Come up on your next inhale. Take your feet as wide as your mat so they're like a V. And then you'll just fold forward. You can round. So make it a little more yin-like and let your head just fall here unless this doesn't feel good on your neck. Come up on your next inhale. Bring the sole of the right foot on the inside of that left thigh. So the left leg can just stay right in line with the mat. Reach your arms up on an inhale. Exhale, twist and fold. Grab where you can, shin, thighs, toes. Come up on your next inhale and switch. Right leg will line up with right side of the mat. Sole of the left foot will come on the inside of the thigh. Reach your arms up, inhale, and exhale, fold. Come up on your next inhale, soles of the feet come together. Bring the heels in closer to the body. Open the feet up like a book. Sit up tall, inhale. And exhale, fold forward. Elbows can press into the calves. Come up on an inhale and just take your feet further away from you so you're going to have a bigger diamond, and you're going to fold forward and round, bringing your forehead down towards your feet. So this is more yin-like here. Just take 5 deep breaths. And then you'll make your way down to your back. Legs will go straight up. If you're working plow pose into supported shoulder stand, you can take that. If not, legs just go straight up towards the ceiling. You can always add a block to your sacrum. We're just going to drain out the legs. When you're finished, if you're in supported shoulder stand, bend your knees, bring your knees to your forehead. If your legs are straight up, go ahead and bend your knees, place your feet down. If you have a block under the sacrum, go ahead and lift the hips and move it. Any poses we didn't do, like a happy baby or fish pose or something else you're working on, you're welcome to take. If you're ready for Shavasana, feet flop out, palms face up or down, eyes closed. Take an inhale and exhale, sigh. And wherever you've drifted to, before you move your body, just take a nice deep inhale right into the heart space and a nice long exhale out your mouth. Start to wiggle fingers, toes, just really soft, gentle movements. Maybe rocking your head side to side. Reach your arms over your head and give yourself a nice big stretch. Hug your knees to your chest. Gently drop to the right or left side and just hang there for a moment while your head rests on your bicep. Taking your time, press yourself up to a seat. Palms can face up or down on the knees and the eyes will stay closed. And when you get there, take an inhale and an exhale sigh. And just take a moment of stillness here, of gratitude, of peace for exactly where you're at on the mat and off the mat. Hands come to heart center in Anjali Mudra, bowing to your hands in gratitude, knowing you're right where you're supposed to be, on the mat and off the mat. So keeping this peaceful feeling all the time. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thanks, guys. Hope you're doing well. Miss seeing your face.